Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel SAP Commerce Cloud Diaries. And in this video, we will be doing the Spartacus storefront setup installation. And if you have gone through the last video, the installation of SAP Commerce in your local was done with the Spartacus sample data. So that will be used for the installation of Spartacus storefront because the API call that will be going on from here, it will use the data that was set up during the installation of Hybris Commerce. So I hope you have followed that video. Also, in the end of the video, I will let you know how to run Spartacus storefront without local Hybris setup. Before doing that, please follow these steps to do Spartacus setup. So let me just get started with the installation of Spartacus storefront. So for this, there are some pre-requirement that is required before you do the installation. These are the simple thing. I think you can go through the uh, Google and just do three things. That is Angular CLI that should be of a version 15.2.4 is the minimum version that is required. So don't go below this because it won't be supported by it. So let me just note it down. Angular CLI. I would say just install this version only. Don't install any other version. You can go for the latest version of in the 15. You can go till 10 or 12, whatever it is. But I will say just uh, go with this version only, right? For now, I will just bold it out so that it's visible to you. Okay. Second requirement is to install Node.js. This you can install the latest version, there is no issue. Whatever version you get it from the internet, just go through it and download it. There is no issue with it. I think it is easy. There will be a just a exe file for the Windows and pkg file for the Mac system. So it is a again a easy download. Third requirement is npm. Just download the latest version of npm. There is no issue. After you have in, so this will be all the requirement is this is the latest one that is required. So after this you have done the steps that I will be telling you, they are common for both. You are in a Mac system or in a Windows system, doesn't matter. It will be similar because all the steps will be done in a terminal window or command prompt. So doesn't matter from where you are doing it, it is the same. So let me first go to the folder structure that is already been created. So what I will be doing is I'm using the same folder structure that I've already created for my Commerce Cloud. I don't want to go and create it in a new folder because it will just be lost in the folder structures. So in this position only, I will be creating a new application that will be the node application. And after that, we will be installing the component that is required for Spartacus. Okay, so this is my terminal window. You can see that one of the terminal window is already running. This is running the Hybris Commerce Suite, which is required so that we can test everything is working fine or not. So this is a new window that I have opened. I will go inside my folder that is my Commerce Cloud version 2211, and I will just create a new Angular application that will be my store, in which I will define some parameters. Those will be, one will be the style. So these are the default parameters that are required while doing the setup of Angular application. So it will just create an Angular application. You can open this application just by typing ng serve or ng start, it will automatically open that application.
Okay, till the time this application get installed, I will open the Visual Studio. So I will be using Visual Studio for my Angular application because it has the plugins that are easy to use, and you can stop and start the server within inside the Visual Studio. You don't have to open the terminal window individually and start the server. You can do it within the Visual Studio.
So let me go back and you can see that the storefront has been created. And if I go back to my Visual Studio, okay, it has already opened that folder because what I can do is file, close folder, and so this is already there. The folder is there. So I will just open this. And in this, you can see that if I go to package.json, it has the basic Angular components that are required. And if I go to, okay, before that, if I do just ng start, okay, sorry, it is not ng start, is npm start. That is new. Okay, I'm at the wrong folder. So I have to be inside the my store and I will do ng, sorry, npm start, npm start. So this will start my server. So I can do npm start or I can directly write the ng start. It is the same. So this is my server that is been set up. And if I go, you can see that this is the basic setup that has been installed. It doesn't have the Spartacus anything. It is not connected to my local Hybris storefront as well. Now what I will do is I will stop this server because I will be making some changes. Right. So if if you have gone through the documentation of composable storefront from the Hybris documentation, you can see that there is one file is required. I can just show you. If I just go to the documentation of Spartacus, getting started, and over here there is a setup of composable storefront. If I go to let me just go through and check building composable. Yeah, this is the one. So if you have gone through this link, you can just see that if we want to do the installation, you need an appropriate license to access composable storefront library from RBSC. RBSC is nothing but a repository which is private to SAP, and for that you need a license. But Hybris, or you can say SAP, has provided another way in which you can first build the libraries in your local, publish it locally in your repository, and install the all the packages in your application. So I will let you know those steps because those steps are not mentioned over here. So let me just start with that. So for that, we need to install some, you can say, one or two applications which are basically used for the, you can say, for publishing and creating a local repository, right? So one is a TypeScript execution engine. Let me again open the, okay. So first we will be installing TypeScript engine. So for this, the command is npm install -g. So -g is basically global ts-node. So this ts-node is TypeScript engine that we will be using to publish our library. Okay, if you can see that I am not allowed to access this folder. So when if you get any kind of permission denied error, just type sudo before the command. It will ask. So this is only for the Mac system. I think for Windows system it won't be this issue. You can just directly type the command npm install -g ts-node. This is only for the Mac users. So now it will install everything, and everything is installed for the TypeScript. Okay. After the installation of TypeScript engine, we will be installing Verdaccio. So what is Verdaccio? Verdaccio is basically a, an application which will publish your library locally, that can be used to install in any application. So now, instead of calling the SAP repository, which is private, we will be calling our local repository in which we will be installing all the packages and libraries that has been provided by Hybris, which is available in Git repository for everyone. So let's start. So now we will be installing Verdaccio. Verdaccio. So for this is simple enough. Again, we have to do. So what I will be doing is whenever I will be typing any command to install anything, I will be doing sudo, then npm. This is because I first let me try with direct npm I for install, -g is for global, and Verdaccio. Verdaccio. Why I'm doing it global, so that it is available everywhere. Okay. And it is doesn't matter that I need to do this inside from my storefront, my store, that the application that I have created. I can do this command and the above command from any path of the system. So this will download the Vertagio, which we will be using, and I will show you that how it is started and how you can. It is quite simple. Okay, so this has been installed, and what I will do is I will open one more tab because I don't want to close my Verdaccio server. So I will just run Verdaccio, just this command, and it will start the Verdaccio server for me. So this is the URL for the Verdaccio, and if I just open it, it will open the Verdaccio. So this is the local repository, and you can see that there is no repository available right now over here. So what we will be doing, we will download the Spartacus out of the box libraries that has been published by SAP, and we will first publish them locally and then install it. So this is started. We will not close this. And now the next step will be to get the Spartacus libraries in a local so that we can first build them and then we can uh, just publish them. So for that, the path, what I will do is I will just go one step backward. I don't want to mess up my application. I will create one new folder. Let me open this. So I'm inside my CX folder. I will just create a new folder known as Spartacus repo. That's it. After creating this folder, Spartacus repo, I will be cloning the Spartacus libraries into this folder. So what I will do is I will open GitHub. I have an app for this. You can do it. See, this is a common step which can be done anyways as you like, because it's totally depend from person to person. I prefer this as well, and I prefer the terminal window as well. So for now I will do it from this. I will just do a clone repository, and I need to copy the URL. So this is the URL. This is not required. I'll just remove this repository. So I will use this folder because I have already created this folder, and I will just do the clone. So it will just clone all everything inside this folder, and after this I will be doing the building up of this libraries, and I will install it in my local repository. So the repository has been downloaded, and you can see the default branch is this one because I don't want this branch to be used because I will be doing the latest version. So what I will do is I will just search for develop hyphen 6. Just search for develop hyphen 6 and you will be able to see the latest version. You can go with 6.8 as well. I don't want to go for this one because this is just has been released. I will go with a just a version later, a previous version of this, that it will be 6.7. I have taken the branch. Now I will go back to the terminal window, and this is Vardaccio, this is Spartacus repo. Okay, so I'm inside the Spartacus repo folder, and now I first will just confirm the branch, right? I don't want to see that after running everything. Okay, it has created a new folder inside this, and over here, git branch. So I'm in the developed 6.7 version branch. Okay, so now we have to build this all the libraries, and after that building we will try to publish them also as well. So for building this library I will do npm install, that will first install all the dependencies, and npm run build colon libs. So this will build all the libraries which are there in the lib folder. So I'll just run this command. This command will take few minutes because there are a lot of libraries that has been developed out of the box by SAP, which need to be first built. Then only I can copy those into my local repository that I will be doing through the Vardaccio. So it took few minutes and all the libraries are now built. So now what we will be doing is we will be publishing this library into our local repository. So I don't let me stay in this place only because so let me do one thing. I will be staying because this is the place where all the libraries are. I can just show you. So you can say these integration libraries project, right? So I won't go anywhere other than this page. What I will do is I will run the TypeScript command ts node, which we was the first step for installation that we did for this, right? So ts node, and you can see there is a folder tools, right? I have to go inside through. So the command that I'm using right now, this is for uh, Mac. For Windows, you don't need that dot is not required. You can directly go just write slash tools slash semantics schematics slash testing. So as I press enter, it will connect to Verdaccio because this is what will be doing the publishing. But before I publish it, what will happen is whenever I try to publish it, it will ask me for a username, which, so basically there should be a user who has published this particular library, right? So if I do publish now, it will publish all the libraries, but it will ask me each and every time the user details. So what I will do is I will just open a new tab. I will don't change anything over here. Okay, so I have opened a new tab so that I can just create a new user into the local repository. So I will type npm add user registry and the path. Before this, I need to have this hyphen, and I will go to my Verdaccio terminal and just copy. I'm copying this. I hope you are able to follow this because these steps are important. Otherwise, there will be a lot of same step that you have to do multiple times. Okay, so npm add user hyphen hyphen register and the path of the local repository. If you do enter, it will just ask you a username. You can provide anything. Let me do my name, and the password will be anything that you like. Doesn't matter. And email. Uh, Let me just give. So now you have seen that this has been logged in as a user, that is Mohit. And if I go back into this, you can see that before this everything was null. User was null, null, null. But now the user is Mohit. So now whatever libraries that I will be publishing, it will have a user. Because if you have seen that whenever, as soon as I ran this command, it waited for Verdaccio to boost because it made it a connection with Verdaccio because all these libraries will be published to Verdaccio only. So now, so you can move your from the cursor to whatever what you have want to do. If you want to build all libraries, you can do build all libraries, exit. But right now we will be doing the publish. So this will publish each and every library into the Verdaccio. That is the local repository of Verdaccio. I don't think it should take much time. It will take few seconds. Till the time it get published, what I will do is I will just copy this. Okay, I already copied that, I think. Okay, it is here, right? So I can copy this again. Okay, I think it is done. It is already done. So what I will do is I will just exit now because I don't need to do anything now. And I will open the browser. I have shown you before this that there was nothing over there. There was no package available. Now all the Spartacus package has been installed locally in your repository. Now the steps are as mentioned over here, or just let it be. So now what I will do is, right. So if you have followed this, that now we have to go back to our application. So where is my application? I have opened it anywhere. Spartacus, this. Okay. What I can do is I can use one of this only to go inside my store. So now to add it, we have a command. So before I will run this command, I will just want to show this command. The command is add at the rate Spartacus schematics. So this is the command, and as per the version, I can provide the version. But before this running this command, but what this command will do is it will try to fetch this Spartacus library from the npm repository, that is the public uh, repository. But I don't want that, right? So what I will do is before running this command, I will create a registry for Spartacus for my application, my store. So if you want to see, I can show you one thing. Okay, over here, if I go back to my store, So this is it, and these are the hidden files. So over here you don't see that nprc file, right? That is this one. So now I will be creating this file. I don't have to create it. I can create it through the terminal as well, and it will be created similarly to this as well. This one only, right? Because I need this. So what I will do is I will just copy this, the starting part, because I don't want it to go for a particular SAP server. I will just copy this. We'll go back to my terminal window, and I have to be inside my application, and I will do npm set and copy that. That is registry for Spartacus library. That is what it means. I will just give space, and if I go back, I have it over here. I will just copy this and put it in front of this. So it will automatically create that file for me. So if I go back and see, okay, sorry, the command is not after this location. I have to mention the location. Location is the current project. So this will create the file. So now you can see a file has been created. And if I open this file, you will see it will has this one. You can create it manually or you can just use the command. Uh, there is no difference. So after creating this, uh, I don't have to do anything now. Just I have to install, or I have to add the Spartacus schematic. So I have already written the command. This is the command. So now I don't have to mention any, you can say, the version, because it will automatically pick it the version from, if I mention a version, it will then try to go for the public library. So don't mention anything, just do this, and it will automatically TICS. Yeah, spelling was wrong, sorry for that. So see, it has found the version 6.0. How do I know that it is a 6.7? I can go back to the browser, go your libraries. What I can do is I can just open any one of them. So you can see that all of them are version as 6.7. So I will do yes. So now it will install all the libraries. It will prompt me for what are the modules that I need to install. So I would say for testing, if unless you are doing any kind of a POC, you can just select that particular module. Otherwise, I think most of the basic module, the out of the box module that are used, are already being selected. So you can see that user account, user profile, import, export, ASM, these are all selected. If you want to select any particular one, like checkout B2B, I don't want to do this because it will mess up with the checkout of the B2C. So I will just leave it otherwise, or you can do it if you like to. So you can see that there are some features for B2B as well. So these are the, if you don't want to do anything, you just want to leave it as it is, just do enter. So it will basically install these all modules inside my Angular application. So if I go back to here, you will see that this has getting started to get it updated, and you can see that all the Spartacus related libraries are getting installed. Right? And if there are some packages which need to be downloaded, it will automatically download it from the npm server. So this is done. If you want, you can do npm install, which is not required because everything is already installed. Now all I need to do is npm start. This will start my storefront. This will take few minutes. It will take a little bit, few seconds, I will say, not minutes, more time than the normal Angular application because now the package is bigger than what was it was before. And if you remember, when I installed it for the first time, it was just showing me the Angular site like homepage, right? So now if I don't need to copy this because the URL will change. Hmm. So okay, April is there. I will not open April. I will first go for electronics. Not okay. If it is not showing, let me go with this only. So now the data will come from the backend only, right? It will get the data from the back office. First time it takes some time to check if something is not failing in the calls. Or let me try if it is trying to. Okay, the certificates was not there. That's why the call getting failed. Sometimes happen this. So I need to just install the first. I need to open the back office. It will automatically install the certificate. Now if I open, so this is my Spartacus storefront, which is connected to my local server.
And similarly, if you want to open the electronic storefront, I will just change the URL and point it to the electronic site, and now you can see the electronic storefront. So these both were the Spartacus storefront.
Okay, there can be a situation where you don't have the local setup for commerce, that is the Hybris. So in that case, how you can use the Spartacus. So for that also there is an option that without installing Hybris in your local system, you can still use Spartacus application. For that, what you have to do is first search for Spartacus demo site. So as you search for Spartacus demo site, you will be able to see that there is one demo site available to navigate through. You just open that site, right? So this is a Spartacus site which is publicly available, and go to inspect and go to network tab. So in network tab, just clear it everything. Just make sure that filter and recording is on, right? And then just refresh the page. So now there is an OCC API call that happens to fetch all the data. So we will try to find those calls so that we can leverage the endpoint. So if you can see that if I just filter it request type to this one, so these all calls are going to the endpoint to the public SAP Commerce system. So if I just click on one of them and I go to the header, you can see that this is the URL that is getting generated. So copy this URL till here. Now, if I go back to the terminal window, you can see that I have closed Hybris in my local system. It is not running. And before making any changes, I will open this and try to see if my electronic storefront works in my local. So this was the URL. If I try to open it, it should not open. Or if I try to open HAC, won't open because the server is down, right? And make sure your Spartacus terminal or the apps terminal is running. Yeah, it is running. So now go to your application my store, and there will be an file known as Spartacus configuration.module.ts. Over here you can see the base URL has been defined as the localhost, right? Just change it to the one that I just copied. Similarly, you can check in the browser and save this. As soon as I save it, it will try to bundle it up. It should bundle it up. Just waiting for this to happen. I think it happened. Okay, I can just go here and check. Yeah, it just loaded. So now just to cross check, it is not going to the local host. What I will do is, again, I will go to network tab of my local system I will refresh it, and you can see the call is going to the public commerce cloud. So in this way, you can modify the changes in your Spartacus system and get connected to the public commerce. I hope you like this video. Uh, there was multiple things in this video. I would recommend to go through the video if you need to know anything other than this. Do write in the comments and do like and subscribe the video. Thank you.